Right, hello everyone. Oops, let me just close that. This is the first Legion TD video I make, so forgive the low production quality on this one. I don't usually do this kind of stuff. But I wanted to get this out, mainly because I just played a game where I was incredibly surprised by Ascent. And I thought they played well until then, and I was surprised how they nearly killed us wave 10. And I wanted to find out what we did wrong as a team. And I think it's because my teammate didn't know how to send that well. So I wanted to get this video out on my thoughts, or at least what my opinion is, how you can hopefully win a couple more games. Or at least a couple things to have in mind. So for reference, I'm around 2100 elo right now. I just lost 100, like 5 losses in a row. I usually hover in 2200. I'm low purple, high red usually, which is like top 1.5% in the game for anybody that doesn't know how the ranking system works. So if you're platinum, diamond, even low red, I think this is a good advice. Right, so basically, whenever you send and you don't break your opponent, you are making the game harder for your ally. So if you're going to send, make sure that there's at least a chance you can break them and you can make them leak big. Whenever you send Mythium, not only are you giving them the opportunity to push more workers, right? Because they know that Mythium is not in your account and you won't be able to push them later. So instead of building towers, they can build more workers, and with those workers send more to your ally and break your ally. But if you send snails and so on, snails, little sends, you're also giving them gold. So maybe you gain a little bit of income, but you're giving them a big upper hand on your ally. So if you auto-send most games, your ally will end up at the bottom of the power score and you'll end up at the top. And then you'll wonder, how come that my ally is so weak? Well, you've been fucking them the entire game. So, I'm Fiesta this game, and look what happens with red. So red is sending me. Teal is sending to red. We decide to send wave 2 to have a little pressure on them, the early wave. And wave 2 send and no break. Wave 3 send and no break. 4, 5, 6, 7 is a little break, which is fine, but still not great. 8, 9. On wave 10, he sends me a lot and nearly kills us. 10% life on the king, and we had some king ups, so if we didn't go king, we'd have lost the game there. My game as Fiesta is not perfect, but I don't think it was that bad. Right, so wave 1, 5 Orkies with Trent, it's not too bad. Wave 2, amazing. Wave 3, amazing. Wave 4, I leaked too much. I pushed a worker here when I shouldn't have. I think I overestimated as well a little bit how big Trent was going to be and how good Necometa was going to be, but whatever. Wave 5, the same. I'm starting to see big sense here. I wasn't expecting this brute. Wave 6, a little bit too much of a leak. 7, I start holding here. When I got these 3 stands in a row, I decided to start playing to hold. 7, I hold. 10, I nearly die. Right, so if you're going to income, or at least you want income, do me the favor of going king instead of sending, unless you need like 5 or 6 golds to push a worker and you can't send a cheap tower, and you can't sell a cheap tower. Get king. Not only you're not going to be giving them gold, but You're also going to make our king stronger on in the game, and if you king and don't leak them, you probably are going to get hit at some point, so we're going to need that. Otherwise, the other option is to save. Just don't send. If you don't send, he's going to have to build more towers, and he won't send me. So if you're castle, or even if you're YOLO, which you get a lot of free income at the very start, it's good to go for the long save. You deny yourself income, but you deny your opponent income as well. Right, so I'll leave a link to the comment by Organic Corn on Reddit, which is definitely not me. And you can read that. If you follow this, you'll probably gain, and if you didn't know this already, you'll probably gain 100 elo very easily. And if you're auto-sending, if you don't really take into account the send to send and just click the auto button, probably around 200. Which is not to say that there aren't people that can reach very high in the ranks without a send on. But it's never the optimal play. Let's put it that way. So I think this is most points here I made. So you'll give him gold whenever you send. If you save, he won't be able to make workers. King will give you the same income, and you'll have a big king later on, which is a big advantage. Autosend doesn't care about mercenaries. Mercenaries are stronger together. This is a big one that people don't realize. So if you bunch your units up together, they are stronger than alone. Just because of the law of how big numbers work in fights, right? So if you have a 15-20% advantage in a fight, you don't end up with 15-20% of your force left, but maybe 60%. 40, 50, 60%. So it's usually better to bunch them up. And yeah, that was it. So to recap, basically, if you don't think there's a chance of your opponent leaking, don't send. Save or king. Thank you. Bye-bye.